Welcome back. So today we're going to, keep going on with um, what's the thing. So the what we actually want is to know why open code isn't doing anything. So if I start open code in the and I try to do something in the calculator where now we have, so this is the P08 project, which I'm going to show here. Look at that. This is the P08 project. We have, src with the calculator.py. So this is a calculator with some, some buttons and so on. And here we have the .opencode agents where we define all of these agents like coder.md. And here's the orchestrator, which is the one we actually want to be using. And we are saying, okay, read agents.md for the specifications and so on, because we want something hybrid. We want something that works for open code and that works, in Codex. So you've got agents.md and you've got .agents here also with the coder specification and so on. So if we try to run the calculator for now, this is like this. So we are missing a multiplier button. That's what we want to add thanks to open code. But the thing is that I want to be using the orchestrator, which is my own. Let's open a new session. So I want to be using the orchestrator, which is the what's the name? Which is the agent that I'm using. So now if I say add multiply button and commit it, you will see how this is going to explore the project thanks to the Explorer. And isn't it? Wait, now it's not doing anything at all. So the other day we had here the Explorer finding the calculator UI buttons, and now we don't have any of that. So find calculator. So remove and multiply minus button. This worked well with the. So what the hell is this? I've added the multiply button. Let's remove this last commit so that we don't have the X calculator. I mean, we can check if it has been added, but that's not what this is about. So hard hit number 1, and let's try again. Add X and commit it. Use all of your agents. Let's see what happens if I explicitly tell I'll help you to add a multiply button to the project. Let me start by using the Explorer agent to understand. Okay, look at that. Explore, implement, review, commit the changes. So somehow explored. Okay, explore the calculator structure. So now, yes, we are getting the Explorer to do something, but it's like you have to specify always that the Explorer needs to be used. So that's a bit concerning. So explore code base structure, implement multiply, review code changes, commit the changes. Yeah, so now it seems that this is working as expected, but I need to improve the project so that this always happens. So once this ends, I'm going to reset, and I'm going to say, when using the orchestrator, going to use build in here. When using the orchestrator agent, it's not using its for associated sub agents. Make sure that it always tries to use an agentic way of coding, that is, that prepares a task, prepares a list of tasks aimed at each one of the coders. And where the hell is this? Like explore, like explorer. Where the hell is this? Explorer, coder, reviewer, and each one of the agents. So let's put it, because if I don't specify myself, if I don't specify this thing, it tries to one-shot it directly. So now let's see, look at that. We have the Explorer, we can click and see what the Explorer has done in order to find what's in the project. You are the Explorer agent, analyze the code base to understand the structure, where the multiply button should be added, how operators are currently implemented, files to analyze, return of summary of. That's very, very nice. And here we have the coder, implement. So look at that. You're the coder agent, implement the multiply button in the calculator file to modify requirements. Add this, update, handling specific changes, this and that, and it does the thing. And okay, now the reviewer is doing its stuff. So you're your reviewer, proper operating styling. This should be like this, current handling, this and that. So we are doing this thing. So reviewer, and commit the changes. I should probably have I probably need so add a committer agent, an agent specific for doing commits. Maybe not, maybe it's something that the coder does. I am not sure about that. Reviewer. Okay, so the one that commit the changes is the orchestrator. Look at that. And we are done. So now we should have a now we should have this multiply button changes in here. Look at that. So we have the multiplier, and in theory, if we test it, it's going to work as expected. So here it is. So 2 times 5, it's 10. It works. It's a bit strange where this has been put, but I don't care. The thing is that it works, and the most important thing is that we have managed to trigger the different agents. So now, in the new session, which is here, so I no longer use the orchestrator. I'm going to just tell OpenCode to work on this project. So when using the so I'm telling the project when using the orchestrator agent is not using it's as you said sub agents. Make sure that it always tries to use an agentic way of calling that prepares a list of tasks, aim at each one of the agents like because if I don't specify myself use all of your agents, it tries to one shot it directly if it's too minimal. If it's a too minimal task. Let's see what it says in here. A look at the orchestrator's instructions to understand how to make it always use an agentic workflow with its sub-agents. Explorer 1 read. Okay. The instructions are descriptive but don't enforce agentic delegation. I'll modify them to mandate using sub-agents for all tasks. Okay. Hopefully it understands. I mean, I'm going to okay, let's cancel this thing. Let's revert whatever it has done. So the latest change is multiply button, and let's restore this file here, and let's remove this file here, and now what I want to make sure that your changes affect both Codex intended coded agents, both agents configuration for Codex and for OpenCode. They should, in theory, those instructions are linked together. In theory, those instructions are linked together. One depends on the other one. But I'm not sure how well the tie-in, how well it has been done. Okay, let's go. So now we have the multiply thing, and yeah. Exploring two searches. Dot agents, YAML, and dot MD. And should I say that OpenCode is in the other directory? Instructions agent AML instructions dot MD. Yeah, maybe I should add the URL for this. There's a URL that explains how to use agents in OpenCode. It's all like here. Maybe I should add that thing. Maybe not. Because this is taking a look at okay, now I see the structure. There are agents in .agents and OpenCode agents for OpenCode. Let me read the OpenCode agent files. So there's no need to send the URL. So that's nice. Now I understand the structure. I'll update both this and that to enforce sub agents. Do we have less than here? Or is it that we have to wait for this to end? Okay, sub agents for all of the tasks. So again, what we are doing here is we are improving a simple calculator project so that it uses agentic programming, so that we have a we have an orchestrator. So the design is agents design is orchestrator, which has an explorer, coder, a reviewer, and I'm not sure we are going to have anything else. Added the same policy with explicit critical warning to never one-shot tasks. Okay, commit your changes, and once he has committed the changes, we should be able Okay, so now we have the orchestrator thing. I'm not sure if I need to exit then. Okay, so if I open a new session and I use the orchestrator, let's try it like that. So I should be able to say add a divide button. Where the hell is this? So I should be able to say add the divide button. So add a divide button like this and commit it. So I shouldn't be saying use all of the agents. So let's see what happens without closing open agent. And okay, look at that. I help you divide the button. Let me first explore the code base to understand the project structure. So we have seen the coder for a moment, and now we see the explorer. Yeah, look at that. And this is apparently the orchestrator thing. It has a brown thing. So again, explore this code base, this and that. So if this is a small project, it's not worth doing this because you already do this thing like explore and so on. The thing is that this explore thing, explore, yeah. So I'm not sure. Return a summary of the relevant files at their location. Um, Sorry about that. So I'm not sure. I'm missing some of the conversation here. I mean, I need to understand more how the explorer is returning stuff and so on. So yeah. So maybe when I click here on explorer, we have the context of the explorer. Assistant, open code mode, explorer, agent explorer. The user wants me to explore the code base and understand its structure. So yeah, so the raw message from here is from the explorer, and these are the ones from the orchestrator. So apparently, yeah, explorer coder. It's not working. Everything here is the coder. So I have just asked to add a divide button, and the coder was not invoked at all. Please improve it so that it's always used. So I'm not sure what's going to do with the agent definitions. By the way, in the meantime, we can take a look at here where we have the wait. The divide button has not been added at all. Yeah, I mean, actually, it has hallucinated doing the thing. I mean, I guess that this is something from goes at the divide button. Okay, yeah, it has added the divide button, but that doesn't work. Or maybe I'm a bit confused and I'm not seeing what it has done exactly. The buy button is not seen anywhere. Yeah, so okay. The instructions exist but aren't being followed. Let me make them much stronger and more explicit. Open code agents and this. Mandatory workflow section. This, that, okay. Commit your changes. By the way, why I have orchestrator here? Commit your changes. Add the buy button and commit. So what I'm going to do manually is to revert I mean, no. Let's go here, orchestrator. Maybe I should exit. That's one thing I haven't tested. So now we exit and enter again. And we will see how this goes. In any case, what I would like to do is telling here the divide button is not seen at all. Fix it and commit your changes. And hopefully now it does its thing, and you know, I see the bug. There's no LAF position, this and that. It's still ignoring that this is an orchestrator thing. Is it because so now we have the divide. We are missing the minus button, I think. So new session. Add a minus button. Okay, finally. Explorer Coder Reviewer. Maybe we have managed to make this work as expected. I don't know about that. So we could have a minimal stuff here. So let's do this thing in parallel. Like talk to build and improve the agentic system so that there is an additional agent named committer that does the commit part. So every change has to be committed, and it has to follow universal, is it universal commit rules? Let me search so that universal commit. Conventional commits. Yeah, conventional commits. Conventional commit rules. Also make sure that those instructions apply to both Codex agent configuration and open code agent configuration. Please notice that they are supposed to be tied together currently. So while at the same time we're going to check, look at that, the coder at minus button, and we can see here what has been changed. So minus button, handle it, separators, subtraction logic. Let me make these changes. And yeah. PyQt6 desktop calculator application. Explorer found the buttons are created using a create button method and added to the grid layout. Let me invoke the coder to add the minus button. Yeah, so we have the coder and the reviewer. It's going to review stuff apparently. Let's see how it goes. And for those of you that are watching the stream, I'm going to show you the calculator. Look at that, state-of-the-art calculator. So 1 divided by 2 equals, the equal sign has been, okay, so enter doesn't do anything and equals has disappeared. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, this takes a bit because we are using Minimax free account, and because the Codex quota, I managed to consume my Codex quota by trying to improve OpenCode itself, because he didn't have a fork button. Now we have a fork button here, and yeah, and that's why it's taking a bit. By the way, I haven't tested to add fork buttons when there are sub-agents, so I'm not sure how well this would work. Look at that, the reviewer, review minus. I should probably, look at that. Button array definition equal. Clean that. Correct and complete. Minus button is now fully functional and style as blue operating button. To change this file. So build commit your changes, because I'm not sure it has commit anything. Yeah, so add minus button. Or okay. So now we should have the minus button around here. Yeah. So here we say improve the agentic system so that there is an additional agent named committer that does the commit part. This and that, build. Hopefully explore the code base to understand the current agent structure, how it works, this and that. So as you can see here, it's exploring shell, bright. So these are probably sub agents. I mean, Yeah, okay, review changes. I didn't see this thing before, the first time I see all of this. Is it something that you need to exit and enter again so that you can see changes? That's interesting. Create committer agent directory, rate this thing and that. Yeah. Now updating the orchestrator to include committer in the workflow. Instructions.md. Agent YAML. What the hell is doing here? Commit the changes that pass review. Oh yeah, that's aggregate results and report to the user. There's also like documentation thing. So we could add a documentation coder thing. Displays, okay, you can now divide, yeah, so. Okay, so let's wait for this to end. And we will be able to test the new changes and see if the, you know, if the committer thing it's being used or not. Because I don't want to say please commit each time I do anything. Although sometimes it's useful to do. Orchestrator. Going to open my email on the second screen while this agentic system is being improved, so that we have a committer, which is a new agent that you know, commits. And we are doing this in such a way that's compatible with Codex, although I haven't tested the Codex part yet. You know what I mean? Okay. I think my seems can be. No, I mean. Can this feature? So we have some feedback. This is not it. So we have some feedback on the where the hell is this? On the open code side of things. So there was an issue that we opened. So we search for our own issues in 2000. This issue we have. Can this function be used on the desktop? configure to enable it. Let's reply to this guy. Can this... Okay, so 10 more minutes and we will end the stream probably. No. I have updated to the latest version, but there is no corresponding button. Do I need to wait for a version update? Right. Or configure to enable it. Do I need to wait for a version update or configure? Well, what you are seeing here is a feature request. That means that I request OpenCode to add this new functionality. Before this goes onto a new release, it has to be discussed, reviewed, and approved by OpenCode collaborators. For now, I haven't received human feedback on this issue, or its associate feature request. Is there anything you can either try to bump the issue by clicking on the, what's the button? Do we have any way of how do you want in the on the first message with a heart icon or a thumbs up icon? You can try to bump so that this is taken into account. So that this is maybe so that this is promoted somehow by GitHub. I'm not sure how this actually works. Or alternatively, you can build your own open code and use that. I have a personal branch with this improvement and other ones that I find interesting. Well, you can with this fix. Alternatively, you can build your own open code with this fix and use that. Yeah. right. I mean, I could link to my video, but why would I do that? Yeah. I request OpenCode to add this new functionality. Before it goes into a new release, it has to be discussed, reviewed, and approved by OpenCode collaborators. Then it's merged onto the dev branch. Later on, it's released. For now, I haven't. You can try to click in the first message with a heart, or thumbs up reaction. So that so that is shown. So that it is shown. So that some interest on the feature is been, what's the fucking name? So that interest on the feature is being promoted. It's concentrated in one single place. Your comment has also been useful for making the issue stand in the eyes of the reviewers. Alternatively, you can build your own open code with this fix and use that. Okay, here it is. So Thank Massey has its answer. I'm finding some interesting. Hello, yeah, Thank Massey. What the hell does this guy do? Nothing. Okay, well, anyway. So, yeah, we were trying to improve our project, and yeah, created files, updated files, changed files. Yeah, a lot of change has been done here. Commit your changes, please, because otherwise this is not going to work. So now I'm going to close OpenCode, open it again, and we will tell it to add the equal button that shows stuff, because right now it's not doing its thing. So we don't have an equal thing, and we will see if the committer is being used or not, because right now. Okay, so let's close this thing. Let's yeah, we will have to, let's close here. Let's open code again, and we will see how this goes. Here it is. So new session, and I'm going to talk with the orchestrator, and I'm going to tell it add make. So the equals as the equals sign button is not shown at all. Make it visible so that we can use it to operate. So now it should call the for staff, and it's using the orchestrator thing. It's not okay. Look at that. Explore, identify, fix, and but this is not using any coder. So somehow we are having these to-dos stuff, but this is not working. Okay, reviewer. So we have a reviewer, but the coder and so on. This is not. I mean, at least the committer is going to do something, I guess. But we no longer have the coder, so this is not right. So let me. So next video it's going to be make sure again that all of the agents are being used, because right now it's not doing that. And add a documentator agent for documenting new stuff or whatever. Yeah. So right now we will have change one file, commit. The commit has been committed with a fix. Look at that. This is using the, yeah, so, okay. Let me see. Wait a minute. The reviewer, yeah, reviewer, it's in here. So last time we try it, this happened. Explore the project without using Explorer agent. Done changes to the code without using coder agent. Reviewer was used. Changes were committed using instructions, but committer agent was not used. Okay, so this is, and we need to end the stream. So yeah, that's what we are going to do, because otherwise this is not going to work properly. So that's it. That's all the thing that's all the stuff that we have done for today. So apparently this is very brittle, and so I mean maybe the problem is Minimax, that it's breaking more stuff than what it should be doing, and you know, when it breaks the stuff, maybe we should say every time, okay, take a look at how open code agents work. Make sure that this and that are being taken into account, and yeah. So maybe that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.